Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5 best Corsair keyboards. Starting at number 5. Roccat Pyro. It can be difficult to find a mechanical gaming keyboard worth your time for under $100, but that's where this budget brand excels. Roccat produces a wide range of affordable gaming accessories, but its Pyro mechanical keyboard does far more than the bare minimum you might expect. We were seriously impressed by the smooth, responsive TTC switches in here, particularly seeing as the whole experience still remained satisfying and tactile while linear in nature. There's a speedy snap back after each key press, which makes gliding across the deck all the more natural. And while you are sharing your media controls with the function row, you even get a badass looking volume dial to play with. The chassis itself is a plastic material, which is to be expected at this price tag, but the brushed effect underneath the keys does make the whole experience feel a little more premium than it actually is. The smoother ABS keycaps feel soft under the hand, but unfortunately do tell of this lower price point. There's nothing to grip onto here, which was a small frustration in our testing. Coming at number 4. Roccat Vulcan 121 AIMO. The Roccat Vulcan 121 AIMO is a keyboard that turns heads. It's absolutely gorgeous to look at thanks to its durable aluminum frame, exposed key stems, and vibrant RGB lighting. Much like the original Roccat Vulcan 120 AIMO, our test copy consistently drew compliments whenever anyone saw it on our desk. It's not just a pretty face either. Its switches provide a pleasant click and tactile bump with each press. Meanwhile, those exposed stems give it an air of a ye olden days typewriter. That special, transparent housing minimizes wobble, too. What's more, its tightened switches actuate between 20 to 30% faster than standard, depending on the version you go for. That makes it a great companion for the equally quick Roccat Cane 120 AIMO mouse. Throw in an easy clean design to avoid dust buildup and you're left with something special with one of the best gaming keyboards, which is great for day-to-day use too. At number 3. HyperX Alloy Elite 2. The HyperX Alloy Elite 2 sits in a Goldilocks zone of high-end features and reasonable pricing, making it the best gaming keyboard for the majority of users. That's because of the suite of onboard functions and the slick design of HyperX's proprietary red switches. It's difficult to find a deck that combines all of these specs into a price point that doesn't stray too far into the $100 bracket, and certainly not with the build quality on offer here. We were particularly impressed with the red linear switches tucked away under those pudding-style keycaps. Unfortunately, the HyperX Alloy Elite 2 isn't without its sacrifices. We were disappointed to find that this model ships with cheaper ABS keycaps. While you're still getting double-shot legends, which will improve durability, 2 weeks of testing quickly left oily shine on regularly tapped keys, which made the textureless caps feel even less sturdy underhand. Number 2 of my list. Razer Cynosa V2. Gaming keyboards are an essential purchase if you play on PC, but they can easily break the bank. In contrast to the Huntsman V2 analog's hefty MSRP, however, the Razer Cynosa V2 is a budget-minded godsend. Although it's not the best gaming keyboard on paper, it still puts in a very respectable performance at an affordable price. As a membrane device, this version of the Cynosa is much quieter than the competition, a design feature that we particularly appreciated compared to the louder mechanical decks we're used to seeing. That's because its keys are pressing down on a rubbery sheet, meaning you don't get that distracting typewriter clack. Our fingers were flying across them in use, but they never felt cheap. They're much lighter switches than those found in cheaper membrane keyboards, like the Roccat Magma featured elsewhere on this list. So we'd recommend if you're looking for twitch reflex actions without the price tag of a more expensive mechanical option. The smooth plastic keycaps were satisfying to type with, too. Considering the Cynosa V2's low cost, that's an impressive feat. And number 1. Razer Huntsman V2 Analog. The elevator pitch for this keyboard is right there on the tin. The Razer Huntsman V2 Analog exists to replicate the feel of an analog stick using switches that offer a sliding scale of actuation, rather than a simple on-off clicker. That isn't something we've seen before when it comes to the best gaming keyboards, and this piece of premium kit made a hearty impression as a result. That analog design might not sound like a big deal, but it is. Of course, we don't think this substitute will match the ease of the best joysticks in something like Elite Dangerous, but in our testing it was certainly a much smoother experience with the Huntsman V2 analog in tow. Edging around asteroids and making subtle flight path changes felt incredible compared to the clunkier, sweeping motions we were used to. Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.